I see and elsewhere, this is Undefeatable Twilight. I have a bit of a story to tell you, but before that, I'm going to tell you a bit of a story. Okay, here we go. Chapter 13. Ford Prefect bounded up to the bridge of the Heart of Gold. "Trillian, Arthur!" he shouted. "It's working! The ship's reactivated!" Trillian and Arthur were asleep on the floor. "Come on, you guys, we're going, we're off," he said, kicking them awake. "Hi there, guys," twittered the computer. "It's really great to be back with you again, I can tell you. And I just wanted to say that..." "Shut up," said Ford. "Tell us where the hell we are." "Frogstar..." Oh, sorry, wrong voice. "Frogstar World B, and man, it's a dump," said Zaphod, running onto the bridge. "Hi, guys. You must be so amazingly glad to see me you can't even find words to tell me what a cool fruit I am." "What a what?" said Arthur blearily, picking himself up from the floor and not taking any of this in. "I know how you feel," said Zaphod. "I'm so great, even I get tongue-tied talking to myself. Hey, it's good to see you, Trillian, Ford, Monkey Man. Hey, computer. Hi there, Mr. Beeble Rock, sir. Sure is a great honour to..." "Shut up and get us out of here. Fast, fast, fast." "Sure thing, fellow. Where do you want to go?" "Anywhere, it doesn't matter," shouted Zaphod. "Yes, it does," he said again. "We want to get to the nearest place to eat." "Sure thing," said the computer happily, and a massive explosion rocked the bridge. When Zarniwoop entered a minute or so later with a black eye, he regarded the 4 wisps of smoke with interest. That's it. I told you some of these chapters are very short. So, what happened? Well, yesterday I went to the Blackpool Munch. Blackpool, if you don't know, is about roughly a few miles away from Lancaster. I don't know exactly how many. It takes about 40 or so minutes to get there on the train. So yeah. Well, a lot of things happened. Firstly, I'm going to plug my phone in, even though it won't do anything, but it's just for later. Firstly, my train was delayed by about an hour because there was a fault with the train, 2 trains in front of it. So the train before the one I was supposed to get and the train I was actually supposed to get were both delayed. So I ended up getting on the one before that because it was going to Preston, because I had to change at Preston and then go off to Blackpool. So I ended up getting there about 20 minutes later than I would have got. Which worried me because there was supposed to be someone meeting me at the station. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, she actually forgot she was supposed to be meeting me because she also runs the Munch, so she was a bit preoccupied with that. So when I got to the station, there was no one there. But thankfully someone else who actually lives in Lancaster and also attends these Munches was also going, and they met me at the station and showed me where to go. Which is good, because if I had relied on Google Maps, which I was going to, I probably would have gotten hopelessly lost. However, that wasn't the end of my problems. I went to the Munch and had a great time, met some awesome people there. But when it was time to go, I pulled up Trainline app on my phone to see when next train is, how do I get back to Lancaster? Oh, it's at 4:05 in the morning. Because the trains don't run all night. I did not know this. I thought they did. No, apparently the last train was at something like 10:30 p.m. and it was now midnight. So I was basically screwed because no one was going towards Lancaster, so I couldn't get a lift with anyone. Taxi would have cost way too much. I mean, I looked up the Uber on Google Maps, like 40-50 quid, and I cannot afford that, honestly. And I wouldn't have anything else to do because I'm in Blackpool, at night. There's nightclubs, but I don't really do that. I don't go clubbing. I'm not a clubbing sort of person. So otherwise, it thankfully said event organizer worked out a plan. Basically, I would go back to her place and stay there for a while and then get a taxi from her place to Poulton Le Field, which is another train station on the way, and then get a train from there to back to Lancaster via Preston, of course. But there were more problems with this because I had a ticket for the 17th, and it was after midnight, so technically it was the 18th still. So I was like, okay, I need a lot of, well, I had, thankfully, a lot of good luck, because no one checked my ticket on any length of the journey, there and back. No one checked my tickets, which is weird, because I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the UK, when you're on a train, you have security officers going up and down the train, checking everyone's tickets, and it's 20 minutes from Lancaster to Preston on the train, and it wasn't a very big train, so I am really surprised that there were no security officers or anything on the train checking my tickets on either length of the journey. And even more surprising is the fact that when I was going back from Poulton-le-Field to Preston, there were still no trains running, so I had to get a bus. There was a replacement bus service running, which they sometimes do. They didn't do it at midnight, unfortunately, but sometimes when there are no trains running when there should be, because there are a lot of trains cancelled for various reasons, they run a replacement bus service so people can still get to I was the only person on the bus, by the way, apart from the driver, of course, and they never asked to see my ticket. It was just like, I got on the bus, you're like, where are you going? And I pressed it, and they're like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And am I just going to get to ride for free or not for free? Because I already paid for my ticket, but still. Like, do you not want to know? I didn't say this, of course. I was like, okay, just go and sit down. And I'm thinking, do you not want to see my ticket? Are you just going to let me ride for free? What if I hadn't bought a ticket? I'm just getting a free journey from Poulton-le-Field to Preston, and like no one else on the bus but me. It was like 4:30 in the morning at this point. So I was like, what the... Okay, good. That's good, because that would have avoided a lot of complications of me having to explain, yeah, my ticket is for yesterday, but I was supposed to I couldn't get a train back because there weren't any. And then I had to stay at Preston train station for like half an hour, because then I got there like 10 to 5 or something in the morning. This was, I was exhausted by this point. And I had to wait until 20 past 5, because that's when the next train towards Lancaster was going. Again, delays, cancelled trains, etc. And again, no one checked my ticket. I was like, on the train, I was like, okay, really nervous the whole way back. So I was like, please let me get away with this. Don't let anyone check my tickets, please, because my ticket says 17th and it's the 18th now, and I don't want to have to explain that, yeah, I couldn't get the train when I wanted to because there weren't any running, because I didn't know that the train stopped after a certain time in the evening. But it all worked out. I made it back to Lancaster. I made it back home about 6 a.m. Completely worn out. I messaged everyone from the Munch saying I got back safely, because they were saying message me because I'll be worried about you. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I messaged them saying I was fine, then I went out to bed and collapsed and slept until 3:30 in the afternoon. So that was my night, last night. Okay, so lesson learned for the future. I'll try to remember to check what time the trains stop, and I'll book my return on the last train home. If I ever go to that thing again, which I might not do for a while, because I don't have a lot of money, so I can't really afford to make that trip every single month. But yeah, that was my night last night. Very eventful. Well, a night, I guess. Anyways, that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Love and peace.